Good morning. It is the very earliest of morning. We still have got 2 minutes before the sun rises. So while I do have a little sign of it on the clouds in the sky, I still don't have anything on the ground. As the video says, the unpleasant truth. I see a lot of people on these various groups saying, oh, we should do medical intervention because there's a chance we can be cured. And there's something that has been bugging the shit out of me for a while with these comments, because to me, cured is not when you are taking away your prostate. It is not when you're removing your lymph nodes. It is not a cure. It is removal of a disease. And the unpleasant truth, as I've come to understand it in my world, is that if you have not found the reason you have cancer to begin with, if you have not found a way naturally to combat it, which will be the consequence of knowing why you have it. If you know, for instance, because of drinking, you know it's because of smoking, then you can stop drinking and you can stop smoking. If you know it's because of lack of exercise, you can stop doing that. If it's because of lack of sleep, you can start to find ways to get the sleep. If it's because of stress, you can start to mitigate that by changing your daily life so that you don't have so much stress. There are so many ways. Diet is obviously one of the very big ones. And if you have not located and understood where the cancer originates from, and as such has found a way naturally to combat it, then no matter what intervention you do is temporary. And it is not a cure if you do it by any other means than temporarily using ADT in my book. And it's not just in my book, because as I think I've said it before, to me, removing the prostate cancer and say, oh, I'm cancer free, I'm cured. It is like saying, I've got a limp and I've got my leg amputated. Now I'm not limping anymore, I'm cured for a limp. When all the while, all you had to do was maybe just to investigate the shoe and see you got a stone in there and you could have removed that. Now you don't have a limp and you're cured for the limp. But if you remove the leg, you're not cured the limp, you have removed the limp and you're not cured. I mean, you cannot have a limp again because the shoe is not there and the foot is not there, but I bet you that you can get some phantom pains or stuff like that. Might be a bad analogy, but nonetheless. Then I was looking a little bit at it because I thought, okay, what is Google saying is the definition of a cure? The definition according to Google is to heal or to, how was it put? To heal or to restore health of the body. And you're not restoring health to the body if you are removing something from your body. You're not healing your body if you're removing something from your body. You're not healing your body if you're bombarding it with radiation. You're not doing it if you're doing chemotherapy. I can accept that ADT is a way to achieve healing, but ADT will not do it. But what will do it is, as I've mentioned in one of the groups where some people were asking me about the keto diet I'm on, and everybody's yelling and screaming and saying, oh, you can't do that because meat, and especially red meat, is prohibited when you got cancer because cancer feeds on it. And I keep saying, well, don't focus on what cancer feeds on. Focus on what the body feeds on, and then let the body do the battle, because we evolved to do this. And then somebody commented, yeah, I know a lot of people who's done plant-based diets and they have cured themselves from cancer, but I don't know anybody from keto that has cured themselves from diet. Well, like I said, first off, there's not that many people on the keto diet, and secondly, most people, they are running scared when they hear the word cancer. So when they are diagnosed, they will follow whatever advice that will give them a direction away from it. And when everybody says anonymously, more or less, that you should not eat red meat or anything like that. My daughter told me that when she initially got told that I got prostate cancer. Well, then you will not have that many people who is on a keto diet and are being diagnosed and are being cured, because there's the final bit, and that is you could be diagnosed with a cancer and you can do all the right thing, but as it is in my case, might be the case that I have been diagnosed at a stage so progressed that although I am doing all the right thing, I am not winning the battle. I'm delaying the inevitable things, maybe because I am doing the right thing, but I'm not winning it because the body needs a little bit more help. It's gone too far for the body to win the battle. And that's where I say ADT might have its place. It might be there where you say, okay, I know that I'm doing the right thing now because I can see I have been able to stall it. My PSA has not been budging, and I have not had a progression in my cancer as it would be expected for something that is at a Gleason 9 with a PSA at 124 and it already spread the metastasized to the lymph node after 2 years. Then I might opt for the ADT and say, okay, let's give it a little bit of artificial, if you will, help. Then I can accept that ADT could be a way to achieve being cured, because once I've done, after let's say 2 shots, 6 months of ADT, and I have continued my own protocols, and with that aid that ADT has been, come out of it and then be no evidence of disease, then I'm cured. I have not removed anything from my body. I have not created new problems. I am not creating an issue with libidos or incontinence or insomnia, heat flashes, diabetes, insulin resistance, or any of the other things that you will have of problems when it comes with the current treatments. So all the people who says, I have been cured, well, it's okay, fair enough, and I'm happy for you if you believe it in that, because psychology is very important. But I'm saying you're not cured if you have removed your prostate. You have removed the problem and given yourself another problem. You're not cured if you are no evidence of disease in terms of cancer, if you've been using chemotherapy, because you're most likely having so many other problems. And you are not cured if you haven't found the source reason for the problem and has done something to change that. Then you're not cured. Then you're just temporary out of the woods, and you do not have the very one thing you have been combating, but you probably will get it down the road again. You probably have relapse. And we see the vast majority of people who are calling themselves cured has only and merely been temporarily cured. So this is a little bit of a rant, because it annoys me when people are implying that I am overly zealous. I don't know if that's the word to use. I mean, they say, oh, you're doing the right thing and you are a brave person, and then you look at me and say, oh, you're doing the wrong thing, you are overly brave, or whatever they call it in English. And while I do feel very proud when people call me a bullshitter, because that means they see what I'm doing as something so extreme that it has to be a lie, and I know for a fact it's all true, then I'm proud. But when people start saying that I'm an idiot for doing things and I'm overly brave or something like that, well, that is proper bullshit, and that annoys me. So I think it's very important also for people to make these decisions. When you go down the road of making decisions going medical, make sure that you have that as an informed consent on your own behalf. That you understand that if you have not found that very reason you got cancer to begin with, then whatever you're doing is temporary. Now, if you are 85 years old, that temporary might not be all that temporary, because you might die of old age before the reality of it being temporary shows itself. But if you're 55 or you're 45, the ugly face of temporary will show itself. I can guarantee you that pretty much. If you look at the statistic, pretty much. So, well, it was a short video. Well, it's just one for the books actually, now when I can remember it. Curing is to heal and restore health. Remember that. It is to heal and restore health. It is not to heal and restore health, to destroy health and to destroy the body. We're born with certain functionality and organs, and we need those to be in full health. Take some of that away and you're not cured. You have removed a problem. That's all you have. And if you haven't understood the source of the problem, you have just removed it temporarily. Until next time, stay happy and healthy.